I separated this week's Q&As because we did have some fantastic questions in the DMs that do require some brutal honesty. So if rough questions and brutal honesty, if you can't handle it because of the day you're having, I suggest you pass on this one. Who am I endorsing for Texas governor? Is Dolly Parton on the ticket? Because all I would have to choose from otherwise is pro-abortion or a guy that hasn't been able to make it 2 years without calling up my guard unit and going to D.C. for bailout funds because he can't handle infrastructure or the fentanyl crisis. I'm enjoying being off of active duty, so I'll probably just leave that blank. What do I hope heaven's like? Well, first off, when I get there, I'm telling St. Peter straight out that my temper would have been better if my wife ever let me sleep and recruiters didn't send me so many idiot pilots, so they should share a little bit of the blame when it comes to the Book of Judgment. Then I really just hope it's an eternity of deer hunting, college football, and NFL drafts as if Jerry Jones wasn't the one making the picks for the last 30 years. The war on Iran. I told my wife the night of the election that we were going to be back in the Middle East within a year. I even voted in the Republican primary to try to throw my Republican friends a bone. So my take on it, well, you know how you dunk Oreos in milk? I fried about a pound of H-E-B bacon, poured a nice glass of Fiddler whiskey, and that's what I did. That's whiskey and bacon. So you are free with your First Amendment right to assume which side I support. Chicago or New York, which one do I like more? Chicago, but not Cubs territory. Their fans are worse than Eagle fans, believe it or not. Good museums, good pizza, good hot dogs. I'm loyal to the Southern barbecue with the sugar rub on it. You know, the wet rub, Kansas City knockoff. Unless a man can't control his grill, he doesn't need a wet rub. When did you learn how to negotiate because you didn't go to law school? Well, while y'all were getting taken to garage sales on Saturday morning, I was going to mom and pop pawn shops and then playing bones or pool. There's a good reason I went to Tarleton with my GI Bill instead of some Ivy League D1 school. Because I had seen enough of the world when it came to the military that I knew I just wanted to go home. And in all honesty, I would have been perfectly fine with the Republicans screwing over big cities and leaving rural Texas alone. But they can't seem to do that anymore. How bad do I want God on my side? I want to be on God's side. You know the old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That saying comes from people that want God on their side. It's much, much easier just to try to be on God's side. Great questions. I hope I still have all of y'all's support. DM me more good questions. I have no problem being brutally honest.